Good afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the Whampoa Toastmasters Club meeting number 256. My name is Adrian Supardi, so I'm the Toastmasters of the day. And I need to look because that's my screen. March 2020, that's when the COVID started. And I recently joined Whampoa late last year because I wanted a fresh start and get to know new people. And also, I live nearby, about 10 minutes walk from here, so it's very convenient for me to come over. And so, it's about myself. This year, I take up baking and then try to make homemade ice cream. So I really brought obviously takes here. So then that's my what has happened this year, and also today I kind of pushed out my second book that I write with AI. And yeah, so that's interesting. So today's theme is May the Force Be With You, which is you know which movie it comes from? May the Force Be With You. No? Star Yeah, yeah, your dad. Okay, watch more movies with your dad. So then the force of courage, the force of showing up, just like you guys here today, you take up the time on the weekend to relax at home, but you take the courage to come here to attend the Toastmasters meeting, and also Thompson, also take the courage to come in and give your prep speech, and then good luck to you too. And yeah, so maybe we can introduce ourselves. Maybe we can start from you first, and we can go around. Maybe introduction of yourself, like, hi, my name's Hendrin. I'm a Toastmasters member, or I'm just a guest. So short introduction of yourself. So you get it going.
My name is Rod. I'm a guest. I think that
Maybe introduction of yourself, like, why did you come here second time?
That's the time of the actor. I want to speak entire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully you can so come to us and so guys more and enjoy your time here. We're next to you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kumar, and this is the first meeting for the Toastmaster as a guest. My colleague were there, and my colleague introduced I was working with them, IBC. So George is the one who is already Toastmaster. So I would like to explore how to be. I just want to explore that.
So how do you speak well and interact well and give presentation well? You convince your wife in a way you should be hard to be Toastmasters.
Yeah, I want to
so
communication.
communication, yeah. So you are in the right spot. Thank you, Thompson.
Hi, my name is Thompson. This is my third time being here, and this is my first time presenting shortly later in my introduction speech. Yeah, thank you for my
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Yuta, and today is my second time coming here, so I'm coming here as a guest. So I'm currently looking for a new Toastmasters for to join. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Rafida. I am currently the VP of this class. Thank you.
Yeah, the walk, my whole figure has 10 minutes walk here, and I think I love to interact with other people and to know what are in their mind. Thank you.
Are you a Toastmasters member?
No,
Do you intend to join a
I
Toastmasters?
see how first, yeah.
How can we convince you to join us since we are a familiar face? How can we convince you? How can we convince you?
Oh, convince me.
Yeah, you convince you to join us.
I need to convince me because I am who I am.
You will sign up. You will go here. You are.
Mr. Ramesh.
Yeah. You are who you are, so you join. Yes.
After that one, I'm Alicia Chan, the immediate past president, a member of Toastmaster, Whampoa Toastmaster Club. Welcome everyone.
Everyone, I'm just like the secretary of the Whampoa Market Club, and so the table topic master for today. Can you provide your fun exciting time later?
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie. I'm the one of the school members at AA, and today I will be time. So thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Amy. I used to be a member before, but then I was like tight schedule, right? So I stopped the work. Then I'm here to join again. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hi, my name is Santosh. I'm part of this Toastmaster club since more than 2 years now. I'm also the VP, the VP of the.
Recording in progress.
Overview.
Hi, my name is Vivian. Afternoon, everybody. This is the first time. I'm here to improve my conversational skills and to improve my rhetorical skills and also the stage presence, how my decision making process, how to communicate with people and speak with confidence.
And so your name is
William Tan.
William. Yeah, so hopefully you can maybe join the table topics subject later on. Learn how to speak on the piece. Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Anton. I wrote my public exam and waiting for me.
Very coming.
A public exam.
He's studying in India, so he doesn't complicate the subject.
Okay, congrats.
Thank
you.
Myself Hari, I'm here by vacation in my dad. So I'm just excited to see his speech with Toastmaster Club.
Yeah, so you can see how he spends his weekend.
Yeah.
Here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm my English way. My English later. And we're home weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I'm Ramesh, president of this club. I joined 2011 in this club when I was staying very far from this club, just opposite building. So to speak on the theme, may the force be with you, something like when you come out of the comfort zone, that's when you really get the experience of how to improve, be it competent communicator or be any kinds of any aspect of your life. When you come out of the comfort zone, it will make you to improve your process in your life. So that's the theme for today. So later we have the table topic segment. I would encourage every one of us to really participate in that so that you get the experience of that. Back to you.
We have you.
I'm Dr. A1 Abdul PM of this of Toastmaster Club. Happy to join this club. It's my 5 years. Yeah, I enjoy every chapter the same. So I hope everyone can enjoy our meeting then today. Thank you.
Ramesh, should I ask you to do the presidential speech or you pretty?
Okay, you want?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, sorry, yeah. So maybe before we dive in, let us hear from the man who keeps this whole ship, the club sailing. Our club president, Ramesh Sugarvana. Even around club. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the recording to turn on. Okay.
So hello everyone. Hello.
Today we are on 256th chapter meeting, and I'm really happy to share that in July we are going to have 20th ceremony along with the installation ceremony. We are going to have a ceremony for our incoming officers as well as outgoing officers. And we have our area councillor of this area. So he is going to be along with us to inaugurate that ceremony. So that's one announcement I would like to share. And I also would like to trigger a thought for today because the theme is "May the force be with you." So one reporter went and asked a rich man, "Hey, you are a multi-billionaire. What is the secret of you being a multi-billionaire?" So the guy said, "It's 2 words." What is that 2 magical words? Then he said, "It's a right decision." Okay, then the reporter was so excited. He said, "Okay, it's good. What is that? How do you make that right decision?" Again, the reporter, the rich man said it's only one word. Oh, earlier we said two words, and now we are saying one word. What is that? Then he said it is experience. Again, the reporter was so excited. We wanted to get more. Of course, you know, right? The journalism is that's how it's they have been built up. So he wanted to. He was so excited to get more insights from the rich man. He asked, "Hey, what is that? How do you get that experience?" Again, the rich man said, "It's two words." Then again, he made the reporter's mind to go mysteriously. Again, asked, "Hey, can you tell me what is the magical two word?" Then it's a wrong decision. So when you make wrong decision, you get the experience. When you get the experience, you make the right decision. So the reason why I'm telling this is like you have a little statement later where you know the possibility to reality is just the experience. So you just come over here, do your experience the impromptu speaking segment per day. You do really do have a segment run by later. I would also like to share, like to really thank other Toastmasters who always come to our chapter meeting, make our chapter meeting very well warm. So once again, thank you for all of that. And I really wanted to thank our VPE, Santosh, who has the program sheet. Very well collaborating with other Toastmasters as well. So of course, kudos to both VPEs as well. So with that, I don't want to take much of your time.
Yeah. Thank you. Following, let's see a bit too fast, so I should make an introduction of Ramesh. So Ramesh has been in Toastmasters for more than 10 years, working across Japan, the US, and from KL, right? And before planting roots here, he works volunteers with a worldwide plan, works on some of the biggest issues at the intersection of people, nature, and climate. Somehow still finds some time to keep us entertained, like just now, and also the club at every meeting. So then let's all move on to the segment. So every Toastmasters meeting runs on prepared speeches, impromptu speaking, if there's table topics, and evaluations. Think of it as a three-course meal. Today, we start with the main course, which is the prepared speeches. So we have 5 speakers today. 5, that's ambitious. So let's keep the energy up and applause generous. Before each speech, I'll invite the evaluator to read out the project purpose so everyone understands what the speaker is going for. Then we cheer them on. So before we go to the evaluator, let's give a hand of applause to Jackie, who will be the time of the speech. So it's really introduction about the timer. Coming.
On the 5 minutes, see the green card, 6 minutes, yellow card, then on the 7 minutes, you will see a red card. Once you see the red card, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech.
I asked him.
And on the, for example, on the 7 minutes and 30 seconds, you will hear the bell, then it's called. And for I think for one is icebreaker, correct? So for icebreaker, 4 minutes, you will see the green card. 5 minutes, you will see the yellow card. And 7 minutes, 6 minutes, you will see the red card. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So just making sure you Suresha.
Suresha is still coming. Probably.
So then we'll move on to you, Mr. Thompson. Let me know if Suresha is here.
Yes.
So before we start the Thompson, can we invite Ramesh to read the project purpose? To read the project purpose.
The purpose of this project is for member to introduce themselves to the club, learn the basic structure and learn the basic structure. Basically, this is a icebreaking project. The timing sequence, the timing sequence is 6 minutes. So it's basically to introduce the speaker to our audience. That's the basic motto. That's the basic motto of this project.
Thank you. So then introduction speaker. Our speaker keeps himself sharp on one of the most fast skills there. Okay. Cyber security. ask you to ask my example breaks down. He's here to educate, remind us to stay vigilant in a world that changes faster than our passwords probably should. That's so the title of the speech is the starting steps. So let's welcome Thompson.
Good afternoon, President, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. My name is Thompson. I'm born and raised in Singapore, and I've lived in Whampoa since birth. Before I really get into my topic, I would just like to conduct a very quick poll. Please help me to raise your hand on the similarities if you have faced with me. First of all, any one of you here join Toastmaster because they are too afraid to speak with an audience? Okay. So second, anyone here of you here join Toastmaster because of a life-changing experience such as relationship, career, health, or even aging? Thank you. Okay, lastly, anyone of you here join Toastmaster because your boss, manager, or colleague thinks that your communication skill is lacking and you really need to improve your communication skill one way or the other? Thank you, I can see. Okay. Alright, so for those that raise their hand for any of all those three following, I thank you for sharing the same similarities as me because those are the 3 pointers I'm going today. First, the fear. The fear of speaking in front of an audience. The ironical thing is, I'm actually not fear of speaking. It's actually the social pressure that actually got into me. The anxiety that I'll be facing or speaking. Like, what happens if I break my structure of my speech? Will I lose contact with the audience? And at the same time, will I bring my message across in my speech? That is actually one of the fears that got into me. Second, the life-changing experience. So for my life-changing experience, for those who are wondering between health, relationship, career, and even aging, what could be it? For my end, it was actually health. Because back in 2025 of July, I was actually hospitalized for the first time in my life, all because of kidney stone. And boy, oh boy, I hate to say it, but kidney stone is really very painful in my life. It gives me a lot of time to reflect in hospital because I had to be hospitalized for a week. And some even say that having a kidney stone is as worse, or is bad, or even as worse as giving a childbirth. Well, I do not know how childbirth actually feel like, but it does really key to me. And that gave me a lot of time to reflect on myself because during the 1 week of my hospital stays, it was the time was moving very slowly in the environment. And I asked myself this question: I'm already 29 this year. What more can I do to improve my life? Should I live in a mundane lifestyle, physically and mentally? Should I continue living on autopilot, eat, work, sleep, play, and so on and so forth? And that really reflects me on myself. Thirdly, the honest feedback from my managers, colleagues, and bosses. While we're having our luncheon at a certain point of time, as they are part of my life from 9 to 6 every weekday, I always receive this honest feedback. Thompson, you're actually a very good speaker. You can speak. It's good. But you really need to polish up your communication skill because your communication is either keep leaving us on the hanging or you lose us at the very start of the communication. And that gave me a thought to myself. How can I improve my communication skill? Should I constantly not engage myself in my thoughts or my communication? Or should I maybe start somewhere, such as Toastmaster? Now, the turning point. Recently, I found myself a book about leadership on the donation pile, and I've read through it by screaming it through without really much of a thought. My manager actually found that book on my table and actually gave some great insight because one way or another he might have read it before. And it was because of those insights that actually got me thinking. Actually, this should be a book I should start out with because it does really provide me on communication. For those who are wondering what are those books about, it's actually a book about how to lead yourself without a title. And those book contents give me 4 thoughts: how to be an image, how to be a sparking self, how to shine, and last but not least, how to be human. Once again, for those who know the title, thank you for similarity as well. And that really gives me the turning point in my life on how I wanted to join Toastmaster. For those speakers who are here today, the fellow Toastmasters and even club presidents, I'm pretty sure you guys actually started on the same foot as me. Just that you guys have already started by presenting yourself every month on the chapter meeting or the contest. And I'm here today to do the same. That is all for my speech. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Johnson, for the speech. And thank you for taking the first step to do your icebreaker speech at Whampoa Toastmasters. And also, I can relate with the kidney stones that was really very painful. And I did also hear similarly from a female nurse who said that it's as bad as someone stabbing you in the kidney or giving birth. So I can relate. So are you giving this question? So you are okay, all right, just making sure. All right, so then just let you know correction. These gland will be here. Make sure that you don't get cut, so you can take the stage, so that when the camera can like capture you, and I think you understand the cuts are kind of. Okay, all right, okay. So the next speaker, maybe you can ask Winnie, give the reading project purpose first.
So for this project, the purpose of this project is to deliver a speech with awareness of your intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn and practice and also refine your use of gesture when delivering a speech. The timing will be 5 to 7 minutes.
So that before I call you up, I need to make an introduction with you. So our speaker is one of the founding members of the Singapore Kananda Bilingual Toastmasters Club. He completed the leadership development pathway in 2025, and if that's not enough, he's now gunning for presentation mastery by March 2027. Clearly, he doesn't believe in slowing down. So that rhymes with the may the force be with you. So may the force be with you through March 2027. And then the title speech is taking you for a ride. The title speech is taking you for a ride. So let's welcome Suresha Tata. Suresha Tata.
You probably have the slides, but it's okay. They cannot be. But it's okay. It's just visual.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Good afternoon, for the Toastmasters. How many of you have had a ride on an animal? Can I have a raise of hands?
Right.
On an animal.
Okay.
Animal. Okay. Which animal? Maybe. Yes.
Elephant.
Elephant. Okay.
Human.
Okay.
Elephant. Horse.
Okay. So mostly the kind of mild wild animals and not the angry roaring ones, right? Not like.
My parents get angry occasionally.
Okay. Yeah. So now I'll tell you that in a while I'll tell you that most of you, those who did not raise their hand also, I'll tell you that you have taken a ride. Oh, no. I'll come to that in a minute. It was 2000 October. I made my first move to Singapore with my wife. At that time, the only airline that I knew or we knew and that we could afford was Air India. I don't, some of you might be able to relate to Singapore. So we came, and during the initial days, our lifestyle was kind of moderate and expense was not high. There was some saving, and when we wanted to go on a holiday, we could go. Sometimes we could also go in Singapore Airlines, so that is we could also try that eventually. Then, with time, our family grew, 2 daughters. Then, to take care of us, to take care of our daughters, we invited our in-laws. So we were 6 of us. So when 6 of us had to go to India once or twice or maybe more, we realized that the normal airlines is something that we can't afford every time. So there had to be some new solution that we had to think of. And one fine day, a solution landed in our mailbox. $80 from Singapore to Bangalore. And a small footnote. Conditions of it. Small footnote. I couldn't even read. But I couldn't care what the footnote is. $80, Bangalore, wow. Let's make a trip to Bangalore. So we thought, let's make a family trip. We immediately rushed to the nearby laptop, computer. Computer being very friendly, asked a lot of questions. Do you want to board first? Do you want a window seat? Do you want an insurance? Do you want food? It asks a lot of questions, very friendly questions. Oh, so nice. We said, yes, click yes to everything. And then we finally click submit. It gave us, after a lot of algorithm calculations, it gave us a wonderful figure, $420 per person. Well, that $80 was one way. Yeah, and with all services and everything. Yeah, that was the thing. But nevertheless, we had already built enough of the momentum. We said, yeah, decided, let's go. Okay, the day of travel came. Then that was 2008, I'm talking about. And we booked a cab. The taxi driver asked, which terminal, sir? Said budget terminal. You, Indiana, Tamila, Bangladeshi. I remember the previous trip when I went to in SQ, and I said terminal 2, sir, are you from Bangalore? Are you working in IT? Are you an Indian? Oh, Indian, huh? Very clever, huh? So who says there is no racism? Jokes apart. We went to airport. There was queue, entire railways for about 100 people in the queue. There were only 3 people in the counter. So we were not sure whether we would get boarding pass on time, whether we would get it or not. Nevertheless, magically we managed to get it. And then once you finish the boarding, you have to walk to the terminal. And invariably, budget terminal, your flight is at the farthest end. So your daily target step walking is met or exceeded. No doubt on that. We got in. No newspaper, no TV, no facilities. Doesn't matter. It's just for us, and so who cares? We got fairly a good deal. Yeah, we went to. One more thing I will tell you. While checking in, if my bag weighed 21 kg, my wife's bag weighed 19 kg, they wouldn't care. They say you are paying 1 kg extra. There's no simple math. 21 plus 19 is 40. Divided by 2 is 20. No simple math there. Your bag is excess, pay them. Simple. That's the maths. So it's more of economics than maths. And yeah, we got in. We reached Bangalore, and in another flight, a friend of mine was coming. By mistake, I asked him, so are you also coming from Singapore? He said, yes. Which airlines? He said, Singapore Airlines. I booked 2.5 months in advance. I paid only $50. So, saving is a myth. Nevertheless, that was my journey. Now, what will this budget airlines be, let's say, few years from now? It could be something like bring your own chair, bring your own ask. God knows what it will be. Irrespective of what it is, irrespective of whether I like, whether you like, or anybody else likes it or not, when you want to travel as a family, let's say big trip or frequent trips, I don't think we have a lot of choice. One to go for regular classes. So that's the way of life. Thank you.
Yeah, I can imagine traveling in a big companies are very difficult, especially you being transplanted here. It's kind of difficult to also chaperone your family to Whampoa Toastmasters. But thank you very much for joining us and enjoying your time with us and also your dad. Thank you. So with that, I'll move on to the next speaker. The third speaker is, I guess, online, is it? Okay, okay. And how can we or yeah, so the questions.
Ask the speaker to speak.
Hello, speaker. Can you try to test your mic?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me to your voice?
From here. Can you use your mic put here? Yeah, I think she didn't connect the.
That's connected, right? It's just
Bluetooth. What's the name?
Ratna.
Yes. Yeah, this one not on yet. The projector can show? What? I don't know. Where's the connect? Give us a second, be testing the speaker.
The same issue for us.
This one JBL live or what?
Yeah, should be this one now. The JBL one.
Is it on? This mic. Okay.
Can you say something?
Hello, good afternoon.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe make it over a bit more.
Maybe
I think the Bluetooth cannot. This one cannot.
this is the microphone. Can you close it? That's all. Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you see the, did you see the timer?
I can able to see the time.
Okay,
Not here.
okay, great. Yes, can.
Let me know when I start.
Rise beyond fear. Rise beyond fear. So let's welcome Akini Khalid Ratinam Ratna. So, okay, over to you.
Start. Good afternoon, Toastmaster, fellow members, and guests. Today I'm going to talk about rise beyond fear. How do you feel about fear? When you are in the childhood, we feel about how it's difficult for us. That small word, but it has the power to stop your dreams, silence, and your voice and everything. There was a time in my life when fear controlled almost every decision I made. Fear of a new country, a fear of failure, fear of career breaker, a fear of speaking. Moreover, this fear has controlled my all day-to-day activities. The fear of whether I could survive away from my comfort zone or not. But today, I'm standing here in front of you. I realize something important. Its growth begins exactly where fear ends. Today, I would like to share my personal journey, how I came from India to Singapore with my 2 children, faced uncertainty, loneliness, challenges, and slowly learned to rise beyond fear. About several years back, I moved from India to Singapore. At the time, my child was just 10 months old. As a father, as a mother, I leaving behind familiar people, familiar places, and stepping into a completely different environment was not easy. In India, life felt comfortable. Family was nearby, support was nearby, language was familiar to me. But in Singapore, suddenly everything had changed. New culture, new system, new responsibility. And almost very important thing is I had to manage everything while raising a small baby. There were days I questioned myself. There were days it's happened everyday life. This is my life hereafter. I'm thinking and worried a lot. Can I really do this? Am I strong enough? What if I fail? These are the questions comes to my mind all the time. Fear quietly entered my mind also. So how I break this fear? Let's see. Many people see Singapore as a land of opportunity. Yes, of course. Everyone comes to Singapore for career growth and they will have to improve a lot and lot. But behind every opportunity, there are hidden struggles. When my child was growing from a child infant to school age, I was also growing emotionally. I need sleepless nights. I handle parenting responsibility. I try to balance family, work, and personal growth. Sometimes I feel isolated every day. Sometimes I miss my home in India deeply because my parents are very old age people. And honestly, there were moments when fear became louder than your confidence. Normally, the fear always tells me, stay comfortable, don't try. People may judge you, you're not good enough. For a long time, I believe those words. Even you guys also think about the same. what is the exact turning point of my life? To overcome this fear, one day I understood something powerful. Fear does not disappear automatically. We must move through it, not around it, not away from it, through it all the time. I started taking a small steps, very, very small steps. I began speaking to new people. I joined community activities. I joined my children's school activities. I joined as a parent volunteer. I challenged myself to learn continuously whatever I left over the India. And eventually, I joined Toastmaster. It's a Tamil Toastmaster club. I was a member for a long 1 year back. I have completed my one learning part also. But the thing about what I learned from it, too many people, Toastmaster, and just a speaking club. For me, it becomes something much bigger. It became a place where I slowly rebuilt my confidence, self-confidence especially. First time I stood near the stage, my heart was beating so fast. I worried, what if I forgot my words? What if people laugh? What if I make mistakes? Yes, all the humans do the mistakes. It does not mean you are not capable to overcome this situation. But then I realized every speaker here once started with fear too. Confidence is not something we are born with. It is something we build it. What are the learning lessons we learn from this fear is about it's not a weakness, it's a natural. It means the stepping into a new life. And every parent, every learner, every speaker experience the same fear. So the difference is not whether we feel fear. The difference is not whether we allow fear to stop us. And then there is a small, big changes we have to create to overcome the fear. I did not transform overnight. A growth happens slowly. One conversation, one challenge, one speech at a time. Even today, I still feel nervous sometimes. But now I know nervous does not mean stop. It means a growth. When we rise beyond fear, we knowingly inspire people around us. What I want to conclude this, I feel proud not because it became easy, but because I refuse to let fear decide my future. Thank you, stage 2, Toastmaster.
I applaud for your overcoming your fear to bring you and your children to Singapore. So I also heard online, this is one person who said, fearless is a misnomer. Fearless is brave, but actually when you're fearless, you actually have fear. But what you do is not making you fearless, learning how to manage it. You say, hello, fear. How are you? Then just present with the moment.
Sorry, it's not audible. It's not audible for me. I couldn't hear.
No, can use my laptop. Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear your voice, Winnie.
Yeah, so need to use.
Look how.
The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting.
So you read down your project, okay.
Yes.
So I have to go over to read the
Yeah.
introduction. Okay. I'm just gonna make introduction of the fourth speaker. The fourth speaker is from the southern tip of India. She describes herself as a humble homemaker, but if the title of the speech is any indication, it's anything but soft spoken. One step, one story, one speech at a time. So the title of the speech is Puppy Dog. Puppy Dog. Please welcome Bimla by Jaya Singh.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, just to ask the gentlemen in this room, how many of you have a younger sister? I couldn't hear the responses, but still, well, I'm one of those lucky younger sisters. Now, let me ask you another question. How many of you have ever teased your little brother or sister that they were taken from the garbage? Well, I am one of those garbage victims. Being in an Indian household, even today, my brother used to say that I don't belong to a family, that my parents picked me from the garbage. And I'll be like, brother, if I don't belong to a family, then how do people say that I resemble our beautiful mom? And he will calmly reply, Bimla, you have been in this family for so many years. Of course, you resemble Amma. You see her every day. See, this is you. This is Amma. So, of course, you observe her futures just by seeing her day by day, year after year, and you became like her. Makes sense. And I like that logic. And the worst part is, back then, I used to believe him. I would go sit in that corner and cry. I used to think God created elder brothers just to test the emotional strength of younger sisters. And for me, in my case, as a younger sister, that testing started very early. My name is Bimla. When I was 5 years old, one of my sweetest aunties nicknamed me as Bimmy. And we had a puppy named Jimmy. Those rhyming names, Bimmy and Jimmy, were more than enough for my brother to tickle his funny bone. From that day on, I was not Bimla anymore. I was not human anymore. I was treated as one of those two puppies. I was called as Puppy Dog. As I grew older, that title got shorter and sharper, Dog. One day, Jimmy ran away from our home. With a brother like mine, luckily Jimmy escaped. But poor Bimmy couldn't. So I ran to my mother, who was in the kitchen battling the summer heat. Anyone who cooks will understand the heat outside and the heat from the stove inside. She had already had a long, exhausting day. I walked up to her with all the innocence I had and asked her, Ma, am I a dog? She paused, looked at me, hugged me, and said, No, baby, you are my baby. I should have stopped there, but I didn't, because when a child is confused, reassurance is not enough. They need certainty. So I asked her again, Ma, am I a dog? This time, she was sweating not because of the stove, but because of me. She said a little sharply, No, you are not a dog. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. And I asked for the third time, Ma, am I a dog? This time, I saw fire in my mother's eyes. She turned and shouted, "Yes, you are a dog. Your brother is right. Yes, you are a dog." Now it is confirmed. I walked back to that corner because it was confirmed. And I cried louder than ever before. I don't belong to this family. I don't belong here. Oh my God. And then life happened. My brother joined a college and he moved to a hostel. He would come home only once in a while. And suddenly the house started feeling different. Quiet, no teasing, no garbage, no dog stories. Somewhere between those tears and those years, something has changed. I was not irritated anymore. I was waiting. It's like Billy started waiting like Jimmy, like that little puppy at home who sits by the door waiting for someone to return. Every footstep, every sound, every vehicle, I would run to the door thinking it would be brother, but most of the time it was not him. The same brother who once called me dog unknowingly taught me what it means to be one, loyal, hoping, waiting. And after all those waiting, finally, one day he came home. I didn't walk to the door. I ran, not like a sister, but like a puppy dog. I was standing there waiting for him to say something sweet. But he said, "Hey, dog, move aside." In that moment, I smiled, not because of what he said, because I finally understood in his own strange, irritating way that was his love. Today, he doesn't call me puppy dog anymore, but I still feel like one, loyal, waiting, even just happy even to see him. The funny part is the words that once made me hurt became the words that taught me how to love. And I have still questioned one question I have not answered even after all these years. What if was right all along? Because the way I follow him, I wait for him and believe everything he says. Maybe I was not taken from the garbage. Maybe I was chosen to love the way a puppy does, without ego, without conditions, to belong to him as his puppy dog. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster of the Day.
I was about to talk like someone when you call myself call your dog. Okay. So on to the next last speech of the day. So so maybe we can have Alicia Chia to lead the project purpose for my speech as well.
For the member to practice. Back to the purpose statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when they present outside of the Toastmaster Club. So good luck to you, Toastmaster, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Okay, thank you. So introduction myself. You know, 5 years in the Toastmasters, so I'm doing a Toastmaster Day, so you can just jump on and start. And sorry, forgot. This title of the speech is called Already In. The title of the speech is called Already In. So okay, so let me start my speech. So how many of you are scared to do things and then you're hesitant? Have you had that in your life before? Never? Never. Have you hesitated In your life before? Yes? Yes. Because yes, you never did.
Honestly, no.
Oh, so I had an issue before in Canada. So that time it was like what 10 plus years ago. I was on a tour with riding a car on the back of the seat with my friends and then my brother. We were like, okay, we've never done this before, so let's do bungee jumping. Are you up for that? So my friend asked. And we said, yes, we're in. So we went there, drove through the beautiful mountains in Canada, and then finally we reached the station where we saw the bungee bridge. It was like, I guess it's about 10 stories high down to the river, and you could hear this river sounds like rushing, and then I could feel a bit scared. And we were crossing the bridge, and I asked my friend, "Didn't you say do the jump, bungee jumping?" He was like, "No, I did not say that, but we already reached that. We walked to the bridge, so we were already in." And then we walked to the station where we had a sign, and then we gave, anyways, we kept the money. So I paid 200 Canadian dollars, which is about you could buy in Singapore about 20 plates of chicken rice. And then I signed the indemnity form is basically saying if you die, not a problem. If you cry, not a problem. So just sign briefly. So after we paid in, we were already in. Then we were and
Excuse me, we are not able to hear anything. It's not audible at all.
So everyone, this is the casting. We're going to do it according to the
from there, and you can put for this one, you see the name there. Again, then we just put this. Yeah.
Oh, it's suppressed, okay. Not sure why it says 5% here. But here it says, yeah, so I'm not sure. But generally it's 5%. The 45, okay. Okay, I'm very confused here. Even here it says 5 to 7 minutes here.
We couldn't become the audience.
Oh, so I disqualified.
So when people are making to move on to the next segment.
Actually, this is the break time. Yeah, we are a bit early. Yeah, so I think generally break time of 20 minutes would be good. 15 minutes to 15 minutes. So now it's 3:40 for past 15 minutes, so about 4 o'clock, right? So I guess once you're voted, you can break off for 4 o'clock. So the ones who, so if you want to get onto the coffee, so work quickly. It's possible. I'm sure we can. Whatever you want to do.
Also recording.
Are you okay? Okay. So, okay, welcome back, everyone. Time for the part of the meeting where it keeps everyone on their toes. Really. Pay attention to this section. And if you feel free to feel comfortable, you can join this segment. So this is an impromptu speaking. No script, no preparation, no safety net. You get a question, then you get a minute or two, and Jackie will do the card as per usual for the signaling, and you figure out on the spot what to say. So yes, you can be called on, or yes, you can volunteer, and that's the fun. So our table topics master today is someone who balances code and choreography. A software engineer at BBS by day, a dancer by passion. He brings both analytical precision and creative flair to everything he does. Please welcome our table topics master, Zeppelin Wong Hai An.
Welcome everyone to our favorite session, table topics. For the guests who don't know what I did, it's a bit of impromptu speaking. So for example, if you go to a meeting and someone asks you a question, you don't have a prepared script for it, right? So that's where table topics can help you shine in the area. And for our current table topics, the timing sequence is
1 minute, you will see the green card. 1:30, you will see the yellow card. Then 2 minutes, you will see the red card. Once you see the red card, you will put it to the top of the seat. At 2:30 you will hear this bell, you have to stop or
So the theme for this year's topic is made a what with you. No worries, even if you don't know what stuff is like from you. You can give it a shot. So anyone who will first pick up this opportunity.
Alicia.
Okay, I do accept.
She got one chip.
Yeah.
Okay. You have the power to see 30 seconds into the future.
Great.
What will you do with this power?
Okay, so maybe repeat that again so everyone can listen.
So you have the power to see 30 seconds into the future. What will you do with this power?
A very good afternoon to club president, to guests and members. Finally, I get the power to see the future. And of course, the first thing I'll do is settle my own problem first. Why? Because I want to save other people, I need to save myself first. So first, I will go and settle all those irritating customers that's giving me problems. I'll go and solve them first. So I can see what's going to happen, right? So I will do the clear thing. After that clear, I'm settled. I can then be the real Wonder Woman and go and settle everybody else's problem. But again, got hierarchy also lah. I'll probably go and help my family first. Okay, then they settled, they don't disturb me, right? They won't WhatsApp me, Alicia, can you come over tonight and help me settle Netflix? I can't get in. Yeah, so I settled once and for all the issues. Then maybe Toastmaster friend, my hierarchy again, best friend or whatever thing. So I will be pretty busy doing all this stuff. But that will spur me on because that's my job, right? To go and as a Wonder Woman to fly there to help solve problem. And probably that helps me to hit my KPI. People don't give Wonder Woman things for free, right? You need to do your job, right, while you're on Earth. So that will be exactly what I'm doing. And it will keep me busy for 365 days. That's you. My favorite topic.
Thank you for your show of your dimensions. Anyone else look at the power? So you have a Gina mindset can convince your mother-in-law of one thing about you. You have a power to convince your mother-in-law of one thing about you.
Wow, you have a long list. Which was it?
This is an interesting and tricky one. But not probably in the way that you're thinking. I do have a very sweet and wonderful mother-in-law. I mean, to share with you, I lost my mother nearly 30 years back. My mother-in-law is almost being like my mother. She gives me as much love as my mother. I know me. Made to feel I miss my mother. I mean, that's the kind of a bonding we have. So, I just a while back I told you, we in my speech I said we moved to Singapore in 2000. Then we had 2 kids. My kids were grown with my in-laws. My father-in-law, mother-in-law. I was busy running around. Now Toastmasters, earlier I was moving into Canada Sangha and few of the things. I was always outside the house. My wife was busy. It is my in-laws who took care of my kids. So and us as well. So to put it that way, no issues or no problems. But nevertheless, I do have one issue. She would make me, cook different things, eat a little more of this, take a little more of this, take a little more of this. But she always feeds me more than what I really want. I mean, and the way she puts it is, you cannot really say no. Just imagine somebody very lovingly says, take this. you can't say no, right?
Yeah.
Even if you feel enough, it's the warmth and love, you not say no. Maybe given a choice, that's one thing that I would want to change that, I would ask her to, I would use that power to make her feel me less. That's the only thing that I would do. Other than that, I have a very perfect mother-in-law who's loving, caring, modern.
Wow.
Yeah, so my issues are very limited. If she can feed me less, I'll be happy.
After mother-in-law like that. Yeah, after like the guest. Can wait for them to skip any queue for one day.
Oh, okay.
It's not the way you go to what we do in that hour.
Skip the queue.
Skip any queue for one day.
Oh, queue line.
Yeah, any
Queue
queue
line.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, President and dear Toastmasters as well. Before I start my speech, right, I would like to say, just get to see all of your people inside and just say hi to them.
Hi.
At least we start an introduction with hi to your neighbors, right? Okay, if I got a chance to skip a queue, right? I would skip a queue of ladder of a corporate. When you see in your corporate, there's a lot of hierarchy. And sometimes you feel that why she can be a president, why she can be a director. So it's always a step in your daily routines. Okay? And maybe in a corporate life, how would you have a chance to go further in an ideology and fast moving with IT? I would say with AI. That we build up with your own apps, we build up with your own tools, and you have your chance to build up that energy. When the energy and force into your development environment and you have a chance. I would say it's not so fast, but with your ideology and logic, there is a way for me to cut that corporate ladder. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Very good to see her skipping the dog queue and not any other queue.
Corporate
queue. Corporate queue. Yes.
So you want to be a chairman? You want to be a chairwoman?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, not a CEO, chairwoman.
Yeah, the CEO.
The chair just she says sit on the chair and just
Hey, who's not like that? Together, it's together.
There's a good chairwoman just together or stand up. The chairwoman with the power.
Yeah, want to connect. Yes. I'll try them. Okay. You can convince your boss to say yes to one thing. What would you ask him?
Thank you. Raise my salary.
Hey, if I can convince my boss one thing, what should we need? Some say maybe salary. Some say maybe even relationship with your colleagues. Some says morale. But to me, it is actually more on don't forget it. Don't bother the budget lah. Just do it because it's good for the company. So that is one example I would like to provide is that nowadays a lot of company because the restructuring is there, the current war situation is there. A lot of them, a lot of companies are actually cutting down a lot of resources. So a lot of things is about budget. So sometimes in order to optimize your efficiency, or maybe the bosses would like to just say, you know what, maybe just cut down on certain infrastructure that you think you might need, but you don't need. And when it comes down to that, maybe sometimes the employee maybe they do not like it. What if we would cut down on this? It impacts on your performance, and impacts on performance. The next thing the boss will look at you, will be like, why does this happen? Oh, you all can make this without this software. Why is it that hard? I'm not so sure myself. So back to the topic. If I can convince my boss one thing, I'll just say, don't forget, don't bother. Work with what you have. Thank you. God, that's the Thank you.
It's very something very wholesome for the environment. Okay. Maybe I just want to try.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Okay, you have seen the future of Singapore in 2050.
Future of Singapore in 2050.
Yeah, what do you see?
Okay. Even if I'm not in Singapore, that's Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Now it's all world very much we are using into AI world. So people, many companies are cut shorting employees. They are saying, hey, positions are saturated. Sorry, we have to go with even my company did that. I'm able to speak on that. So all because of AI world and all that. So what will be the future of Singapore in 2050? So how much ever the AI we speak on, one of the famous Indian music director, he told, even that AI, a human has to operate that. So it cannot run on its own. So the future of Singapore 2050, what I would think is like, even though we have an AI, I need to have like many people. I do see many still old Singaporeans still, they are not very much IT savvy, meaning like they don't have much of training. Like, sometimes there are pros and cons with the IT world, as most of you know, whether it is good or bad. We also have to like get all our Singaporeans, all our Singapore residents cope up with the updated with the latest standards, especially in terms of AI, even with the non-AI, getting accustomed with they make them conversant with all the terminologies what we speak. Because if you go to the MRT, sometimes even if you go to any other convenience store, they will use some acronyms here and there, right? So what those of acronyms and all that, people have to really get the old citizens and Singapore residents who comes from India. They also see some challenges here, as in people used to tell, hey, what does that mean? These guys are asking ending with the law, or sometimes they are asking with, hey, what about the AI and all that? So we need to get them educated so that we all stand on the same page of understanding it, so that 2050 will be like super AI world. I hope the tax and everything also comes down, because of the AI movement and all that. I hope everyone will be enjoying that. Back to you, tabletop master.
I hope the taxes come down a lot by then. Yeah, want to go next?
Really, you want to try or?
I think you want to try.
You're able to become invisible for a whole day. People can see. Yeah, people can see.
This biggest feeling.
Okay. So today I want to say kudos because we have very nice paper topics. So if I can see 30 seconds up, like all Singaporeans, I want to see what's the total number for tonight.
On the stock market, you just
And the second thing, if I can skip the queue, I will go straight to the total queue. Okay, anyway, come back to the subject of being. Okay, let me share with you one story. Last year we was in a high stakes interview, to go for the senior management. So I couldn't express myself. I prepared very well, I found myself 24 years of sales experience. When the moment came, to give me 3 minutes to just explain my strengths and weaknesses and my achievement, I froze. So, and then I was thinking, so what will be my competitors be doing? So, and apparently on paper, of course, for me, I'm the first guy. No, I kept thinking that, oh, on paper, I'm the most qualified, I should be the one. But most of the time, it's the most confident voice that made it. If you are not the confidence itself in your voice, you are zero. So for me, if I can stay in the, I would really like to hear what my other candidates are saying. What is so strong about them? How did they push themselves? How did they conduct the communication? How did they keep the right notes? How did they manage the presence? Because always, let's say on situational kind of explanations, I'm there, but I do not want to sound like I'm reading out from the script. So that's a very important. So for my 2026 resolution is to improve my communication skills. And I hope like today's Star Wars, let the force be with me. And of course, I want it to be a Toastmasters force.
Need to get a box this guy. Yeah, what is it?
Want to give a try?
So able to read anyone's mind for one day. What will you do?
You are magic person. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kumar. If I get a chance to read anyone's minds, definitely the first person I would like to read is my wife. So that I can avoid, see, at end of our happiness is family. So if I'm able to read her mind, so our family can be happiness. So if I'll be happiness, my work will be done easily. If my work done easily, I will get good remuneration. So once again, it will come back to my family only. So that is the one thing I will take. Yeah, thank you.
What are really for Venus? You can do one more in the couple. Yeah, what they did a last shot. No, then back to the
You want to do table topics? Do you know how to do topics here? Okay, Jackie can give us the progress report for table topics, please.
Okay, everyone qualified, except for yeah, everyone qualified except for
Because the timer is
the timing is 48 seconds.
30 seconds.
48 seconds.
It has be at least 1 minute.
Yeah. So everyone is eligible for voting except for.
So maybe you can cast the votes for the that's table topics. So you could see based on names 1 to 6. Pick up the cue. Move this on. Yeah. So, want to know your work. Now we move on to the third part of the segment, evaluations. This is what makes Toastmasters different from just a speaking club. We give each other feedback, real specific kind of feedback. Each evaluator gets 2 to 3 minutes per speech, and that's watch how they do it, and there's an art to a good evaluation. So we'll start with the first evaluator. So that will be Winnie. So the introduction about Winnie. She loves learning new things and exploring the world. Let's hear what she knows. For the shot the speaker. Oh.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's speech, to Suraj, what's this? Suraj, okay. Your today's speech project is focused on using intentional body language and gesture to enhance the speech delivery. The objective is not only communicate through word, but also through movement, facial and expression, especially the physical presence on the stage. So our speaker, Suraj, through this speech, taking you for a ride, sharing actually is a relatable and engaging friendly travel story involving the 6 family members and his interesting experience. And one strength I noticed for the speaker is the eye contact. So he's consistently connect very well with the different segment of the audience. So for the left and the right, I noticed actually he try to have a eye contact with everyone. So this helps everyone to engage throughout the speech. So makes everyone engaging with you and make sure they are related to the topic as well. And another strong point was use of the hand gesture. I noticed you try to open the hand when you have some of the sharing, and then especially during the part where he demonstrate holding the luggage, he holding hand like this. So it's like and moving through the airport. So all these gesture make more nature and supporting the story well. And this make the speech more visual and interesting. So we will have a view and have imagine how does it look like when you do the at that moment. So once and especially for this speech, I have one suggestion for you for the improvement to be stage movement. So at certain time I noticed the speaker he will step backward and forward when I think it's nervous or he's trying to pause, but he using he's trying to backward a bit and forward a bit repeatedly many times. So I think more purposeful movements will also make the delivery look more confident and polished. So it's trying to reduce certain posture unless this is the purpose you doing it. If not, then we will try to cut off at this part. So then we will improve the delivery of the speech. And overall, the speech doing a very good job using the body language and gesture to support the storytelling and very successfully to achieve the objective for this project. So thank you so much for delivering this interesting story for us. Thank you.
Let's move on to the next evaluator for Thompson's speech. So please welcome Ramesh Srivana.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I don't think the speaker looks like it doesn't look like a maiden speech. It was well drafted and well. I could see the speaker was very well confident in what he wanted to deliver. At the start, the speaker really, really took a pass because in general, the people who were coming for the first time speaking, it were so excited on the stage that they wanted to start the speech immediately. But Thompson took a pass. He immediately did not start his speech. That's a very good, well gesture. That's a well drafted one. And the other thing I noted a lot of very good points. Sorry. Asking, one of the easiest way in our speech is, asking the rhetorical devices, like asking questions like, someone asked a couple of three important questions like, hey, why did you join Toastmaster? What made you to join the Toastmaster? I don't know, like the last question he asked is like, is it because of aging? Because I'm not sure, probably he referred that the networking will drop down your age. Maybe I'm 16 now, but that's what he meant it, but still. Asking these kind of rhetorical devices of these kind of a questions really captivates the audience. It gets the audience grasping on that, and he also did the summing up of his questions what he asked. So that's also a very good, narrative that's been set up for this speech. The other thing I really like in his speech is like how his mentor, how his boss told what book to read and what he learned from that book, and he also shared the title of the book. So that all of us can really have a look of that book. I know by the end of the speech people have gone through the Google to check what is that book title and all that. So that's a good sharing of the knowledge from his what he achieved, what he accomplished by reading a very important book shared by his mentor. And two things I really wanted to share, but I have noted down a couple of other good points. Is like how to come out of the fear and what is his the turning point in his life. All of that is really good. But I have to always any speech there's always the areas of improvement. That's always not best one. Always there will be some areas of improvement. But every one of us to really learn on that. So I have only two recommendations. Number one is this particular speech, say every project has a purpose. So this particular speech is an ice-breaking speech. It is like for the speaker to share about his personal specific audience, to know more about the speaker. So could have been share little more insights about his aspirations, about his hobbies. Why not? Can share the top 3 bucket list. That's either accomplished recently or that is on the way. The other thing I wanted to share being the first time on the journey, can make use of this stage. So incorporating all these commands, obviously I'm looking forward to see more good speeches from you. Congrats on completing on the first project. Back to you.
Let's move on to the next evaluation for Radha's speech. So please welcome who's up here. Okay. So Zafrina is a member of Toastmasters, a member of Whampoa Toastmasters Club for 3+ years now. She's taking interest in traveling, arts, piano, baking brownies, and she loves baking personally. She has been baking brownies for her family and relatives, and she has now expanded to taking orders for home deliveries, for functions and parties, and even Toastmasters meeting. If you like to hear her play piano, just reach out. She can hang out, brownies included.
A very good evening, especially to Radha. I felt that your title was good, was Rise Beyond Fear, something that everybody can relate to. And you shared a personal story with inner voice, you shared your mind voice, and you were going through the struggles and you having fear. And I noticed that you also shared your struggle detail to us, and I appreciate that you took the time for us to go through the flow of your story and your life about your own fear. And you were also motivating us to drive away from the fear, which is important. According to the evaluation form you followed and gave in the informative speech about stepping up from fear, rising beyond the fear. And something that you did was give good eye contact and you engaged with us. You were aware of our big fear in Toastmasters that we can get fear of in being in the speech, and you mentioned that. And you also made effort to show gestures. Something that I noticed that your camera was in front of you and it wasn't the full body length. So you were only showing your face area. So it could be showing more full body length, and also you can have like a nice white background for us to focus on you more. And because of the view of your camera, we couldn't see the stick movement. We couldn't do the stick movement from left to right. The stick movement is important, and it can also help you face around and tell us your story. And I feel that when you read your mind voice, you can mimic the mind voice. As example, so that you don't just say the inner voice, just mimic it, role play your inner voice. And I noticed the timing sequence could have been better and could have wrapped up in yellow. And now let me wrap up in yellow. You can end with the quote, feel the fear, and do it again. Thank you.
This is for bring last speech. Please welcome Zafran Wong. Okay. Richard. He didn't go to the script. So Zafran is a skill. Apologies to you and the people. So Zafran is a skilled software engineer, DBS, delivering robust, innovative solutions in a fast-paced financial technology environment. Beyond technical expertise, he brings creativity and discipline to his passion for dancing, balancing analytical precision with artistic expression.
Good afternoon, Club President, Toastmasters, yes, dear Party Dog Bitna. You can tell that Bitna is a very experienced speaker because she put a lot of humor throughout the speech, talking about how she was taken from the garbage bin and her family got her a dog. Putting these humor points throughout the speech constantly keeps us the audience engaged and wanting to learn more about her. Also, she has a very clear structure for the speech. It starts off from the hero story with her limiting belief, how her brother called her a dog and then made her very sad that she cried upon. Then her mom called her a dog and then made her even more sad. But there was a clear change when her brother went away and she realized that maybe being a dog isn't so bad after all. And finally ending on with how she's okay with being called a dog because the dog has many big qualities. So by having a clear structure was one. This makes it very easy to understand what she's saying. And another good thing that she does is she has a very clear camera angle. For all the virtual speakers, normally people don't have a very clear angle, so it's hard to see the entire body and facial expression. However, you carefully angle it so you can see all of her expressions and her body gestures as well. So good job on that. Now to move from a puppy dog to a more mature adult dog, who's the judgment? The first adding a call to action at the end of your speech. I felt your speech was like a loaded gun, but you didn't have a chance to fire it at the end. By adding a call to action, for example, whenever someone calls you something, ask, is that really what it gives me? Why the people mean it? Why the public loves you instead? So my friends, let us see things in a more positive light and see the good in everything. Finding a clear call to action at the end, be able to get the audience to move where you want them to be and have something greater to think about. Because what is the last with audience? Another thing you're going to move on is showing a clever transition. You are very good at showing the initial stages of when your father and mother called you your and when you cried before. I would love if you could show also at the end how that changed when your mother called your dog. Now it's okay. I'm happy when you call your dog like that. I wish you could call me a dog more because it shows that I'm loyal, supportive, and I'm a good dog. So by having this clear transition, you further strengthen your skill story. So in summary, what you did well was having good humor, having clear structure, and a good camera angle. And what you can improve on is having a better call to action and more effective differentiating of the before and after. And with that, make sure you go from being a dog to being a very mature Toastmaster. Back to you.
This evaluation for my speech already been. So please welcome the leadership chair. So she's an immediate past president ETN and someone who is passionate about growth, including apparently learning saxophone.
A very good afternoon to Pak President, members and guests, and especially to our Toastmaster speaker, Kendrick. Today, my objective is not to evaluate on his content, but to evaluate in 3 areas. How he was able to address and reduce challenges, professional behavior, as well as use of strategies in terms of managing a difficult audience. Well, I have to hand it to him. Did he have a difficult audience in the first place? I think the audience was a bit kind to you, so they did injustice to you. But nevertheless, I managed to listen and I discovered there were 3 disruptions. The first disruption, if I'm not mistaken, was Santos standing up. Second disruption was he moved and passed a fan to our friend Zafran, right? Then third disruption was our friend Amy was talking to Jackie, right? Some intimate speech, I don't know what they were talking about. Anyway, these were the 3 disruptions that I managed to notice. And was our speaker able to address all these challenges? Our speaker is a very smart speaker. He was delivering a speech. What was the speech title was already in.
Yeah.
Okay? So he was fully immersed in his speech. Very good, well done. And he noticed the behavior, but he wasn't sure whether it wasn't a disruption. I could tell he wasn't sure. But he was very smart in the way he created a joke. When the first part, I think the second part, first one standing up, he wasn't sure. So he just continued his speech. Then the second part, where the second disruption, where he passed the fan to Zafran, and then I think he just realized it's a disruption. So he created a small joke, said, yeah, this was part of could it be part of the disruption speech? He was talking to himself. So he made it very natural. So our audience also just let it go. Yeah. Then I think later the third one, then he woke up. The third disruption. But he didn't use those kind of disciplinary strategies like, please can you talk later or something like that. He didn't scold or reprimand the 2 two speakers there, they will do what intimate thing. Whereas commenting on his speech, he didn't say anything, so he let it go. So I think this is pretty professional, so that the rest of the audience can listen to his speech. Kind of nice speaker as well, right? But this is a very his strategy of like ignoring is quite a good thing as well. So all in all, I wish the audience would give him a more disruptive audience so that he has a challenge to manage this disruptive audience. But nevertheless, I find that he did pretty well. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Maybe you should offer a jacket. You be my CEO. Maybe more disruptive. All right. So then, so excellent evaluations all around. Pass your vote for the best evaluator. Same process as before. This one. Yeah, we should get all the just we're gonna ask them.
Yeah, where is yeah.
So here is the exciting part of the speech, which is handing out ribbons. So we give the ribbon for icebreaker to Thompson. Gives his
Photographer, who's the photographer? Okay, you have a photographer here. Oh, it's funny.
This is the best speaker to be
Online.
It's online.
Are you in? Yeah.
You can flash on the projector.
Okay.
Then you do a virtual passing the ribbon. Hybrid style.
Huh? I don't know. Mirror from the German. Eh. Cannot roll. Just now how to press. Let's see. Choose mirror from the. Okay, yeah.
Is she in?
Is it?
Yeah.
Spin her.
This one.
Yeah, you pin her.
Okay. Can. Virtual presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take a photo.
Okay, Ramesh, look at
Thank you, Bimla. Thank you, Bimla. Next session is the best table topic speaker. The drum roll, please. Amy, please. We have two. So let's
Hold on.
we need to this. You need a second CEO. Okay, so the next table topic winner, please drum roll, please. William.
Oh, Thank you.
Okay, so this is the best designer piece, drum roll, please. There it is. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So that's a wrap on meeting 256 for Whampoa Toastmaster Club. So one group, 5 prepared speakers at the full round of table topics, sharp evaluations, and enough bravery on this stage to power small country like Singapore. So 2050, right? And may of course be with you. To the guests, thank you all for being here. Is there anything maybe you can share today about how you feel maybe William, the winner? Who won his first ribbon on the first table topic and share how you feel.
Once again, to thank the table topic, he comes on slack like me. He gave an easy one. And I have to complete. Actually, there's a third table topic. If I have to tell my mother-in-law, I told you 10 years ago you've done the right thing by letting me marry your daughter because I'm going to stress the daughter tonight.
Yeah, maybe share your thoughts about second, right?
Yeah, second you did.
Yeah.
I think all good. Yeah. That's good. We really the
Alright, thank you. Are you going to join us? Or are you even be a woman and do the right thing?
I like the different topics that came from, but so if you can know this, you can know that, you can know that. That's why I'm a bit fearful, no? So sometimes it is good to know what is the future, but the crystal ball may backfire. If you know it, then you take the wrong step.
My future principal says, I'll join you. But that's up to you to decide. Okay. Anything else? Anyone want to comment? Okay, very good.
I'm not this class, this is my second visit to my thought. The first time I came here, I felt this was very long place, very friendly, so I enjoyed. I always wanted to come back again, just that I got busy with 2 p.m. and and compared to last meeting, I see more people today, both here as well as online, 20 or 20 job. This is an indication that you're doing something like that. Sorry? Yeah, yeah. And then I think in terms of program flow and how it is managed, all seamless, quite well. I think that's really
our program sheets are appropriately, so we don't create
Exactly. And some of the things like the voting, the timing of this simple and so I think anyone can regulate. So you have some good things that they can learn. So I think overall very well done. At the moment I really can't think of where anything that I can improve. I wanted to make one more. I think when you were speaking, when there was the crosstalk going on, I almost felt like saying, hey, stopping, but I tell you stop. I did not realize that it was intentional or planned. So you didn't very well. And I also didn't realize that it was an intention. Yeah, so that was actually well done. So I just want to mention that. So all in all, I really enjoyed being with you. Thank you.
I can understand why your mother-in-law loves you. everyone will do this too.
Andrew, maybe you can invite the guests from China.
Or you
You want to have to share a bit about how do you feel about the meeting? Maybe you can do an introduction of ourselves.
The introduction of the name first, you can't do it. Oh, well, because we made an introduction earlier about ourselves and our name.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Please just focus my finger and follow my face. This is the number. No, this is the letter J and B. And
You can see the things like this in the future, right?
I. Yes, so I come from China, Shanghai, JDI Club. I am the current president of our club. It's really my honor to come to Singapore and visit this club and to see all the view from the International Toastmasters. Actually, this is my third day to come to visit Singapore, and I like to join the Toastmaster meetings because I think the Toastmaster really help us lead the world, and I made a lot of friends here. If you have time to visit China, do not hesitate to contact me. I will treat everyone, and I'm eager to make friends with all of you. Thank you. Yes, yeah. I'm going to China next week, but Guangzhou. Not to say thank you to me because I almost give up to come here because first of all I spent 3 hours on the way and I can't find where is it, and I had to maybe I will do something else, and we said you can come, and I think about it. Why not? Maybe this is the only one chance for us to make the connection. So finally, I decided to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else want to make a feedback? Chairwoman?
Okay, thanks for the warm welcome today. I really appreciate it. Instead of spending my time with my son and meet and Netflix, I have really explored the time here. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Maybe William, you want to share some?
Yeah. So I'm really keen to come next session because I'm very much eager to learn, and my intuition and my communication will be improved. I like to be part of this club. So thank you very much for this.
Yeah, next meeting and also participate in next table topics. So that was it. Put your attention to fire.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Everyone? You got volunteered by your dad, so.
I just liked the whole session. I'm so happy to see my dad speaking in front of us.
Your dad is very proud of you speaking in front of others.
You want to correct it?
I like and enjoy each and every one of these.
How about yourself? How do you feel being here?
Yeah. How do you feel? You see your dad? This is the experience.
Very happy and everything. So you'll see my dad as well.
Okay. You can join also school us back home or wherever. Can I use your voice to explode it?
A very good afternoon and evening to everyone. My name is Safa. I'm one of the founding members of Whampoa Toastmasters Club. My journey started with another Toastmasters Club called Linky Toastmasters. And then I joined here, so it has been more than 20 years. I mean, like, just very nice to see the room is very filled up. Just to share very proudly, I was working. Currently, I'm a corporate trainer, but it started from Toastmasters. Okay, like in any place, I share that with them because my career now as a corporate trainer started from Toastmasters. And I mean, like some of you have been sharing, spending quality time here, and also seeing being very proud. So join, and then your parents will be very proud of you. Right? I mean, like, it's not just about enjoying, right? I mean, like, if you did enjoy, I'm sure there was like a lot of exciting speeches, and very proud to see that. Basically, I mean, like, these are wonderful moments, yeah. I mean, like, personally, I've seen myself, my daughter is also here, got her into the Toastmasters, Arpana is my daughter. Okay, I mean, she's such a strong introvert. But I mean, like, when I see her, it's the other way around now. So fathers from yeah, so that's how it is. With that, but it will definitely, I mean, like, it's not so much about being pressured. That's why Toastmasters is a very flexible way of like improving yourself, but it's a very conducive environment where we encourage each other. That's how it has been. Right? I mean, you would have seen some who are very good and strong speakers, some are not. Then you can see for yourself and who you want to role model. But there are members here. They are also like role models here who will be like, and I mean, like, we also have like, what is the word? What is the word? Like, I mean, mentors and mentees. That's what I was looking for. Right? I mean, like members here, they will guide each other. Because that's why it's a very, I mean, like you say, suppose you're a very good speaker, we will not try to put you down. Right? It's like, oh, you're a competition to me. No, it's definitely not like that in Toastmasters. Right? We will help each other. If you're going to be better than me, it's going to be so much the proud moment for us. So that's how my journey has been. I mean, like, I'm a product of it. I'm seeing my daughter being a product of it. So if anyone still not a member, thinking of whether to join, don't delay. Okay, join Toastmasters. If you're already a member of another club, Whampoa is always open. Right? You can always visit our club. Right? Thank you for the opportunity for your husband.
Okay, cool. So then maybe I'll hand back to President Ramesh for closing address.
Thank you all for joining today's chapter meeting. So what's coming up next is our installation ceremony and our 20th anniversary will be happening on July. On July it will be a second Saturday, it will be July 18th or 25th, right? So I will post in the chat group. So, and also for the Whampoa Toastmasters members, I will also set up an expo meeting in coming weeks. Stay tuned for the update on that. I hope you all enjoyed our chapter meeting today. And as Rafa mentioned, whoever wants to join, please don't delay, go on the right path to join. So our VP will reach out to you for further things and all that. So looking forward to see you all in the next chapter meeting as well. I'm also trying to convince my elder son to join as well. Let's see. Because I really don't. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Let's all assemble here for the group photo.
Yeah, the online to stay, take photograph.
Online people, please stay. Turn on your video.
Because we will cover the.
Yes, it's try to accommodate.
Take photo from that.
Because